of the cities agree upon. That, yes, this is good, no, this is bad. Whatever that message is, whatever the issue is. So the proposal is for the city of East Ridge for a 2-year period. Mike and Hal, you all have seen the agreement as well, the proposed agreement. Would be two years, and the city's cost would be $20,000 a year for 2 years. Right, and I think the way the money was worked out is the larger municipalities of the the non-Chattanooga municipalities would pay a little more than the very smallest municipalities. The city of Chattanooga would not be involved in this. They're gonna do their own thing, and certainly it's my understanding, they're opposed. Because they would stand to lose millions of dollars in that scenario I talked about a minute ago. Yeah, but there are other things coming that, frankly, are pretty scary. We've had, I know, bills have been filed before, and probably will be again, doing things like, or asking for things like removing all zoning. Can you imagine what would happen in a city if you remove zoning? That means my next door neighbor could come in and buy a house and set up an adult club in the house next door to me. There have been that kind of bills. Those kind of bills have been introduced, and probably will be again. Now, certainly, it's not likely. That kind of thing's not likely to pass, but it's out there. And there are things coming down the pike that will be detrimental to the cities. And the question for us right now at this moment is, do we believe it's worth $40,000 over a 2-year period?
Would you like to go with allocation?
Yes, sir. If you don't mind, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, the allocation contemplates an annual cost total of $124,000, of which Collegedale, East Ridge, Red Bank, and Signal Mountain would each have a maximum contribution of $20,000. Excuse me, including signing days, so that's $20,000. And then Lakeside, Lookout Mountain, and Walden have a maximum contribution of $8,000 each. The term of the agreement is 1 year with a 1-year renewal term.
Mr. Mayor, if I may.
Yes, sir.
Folks, what the mayor's alluded to is correct, and I, without going into a whole lot of details, I've spoken directly myself, and Representative Patsy Hazelwood has spoken with County Mayor Coppinger and expressed our concern about this, but the issue is that it's not just Hamilton County that may be driving this. It's also the city of Memphis. And even though I represent in the State House the city of East Ridge and the city of Collegedale, and the mayor, I've already expressed to Mayor Coppinger, how I will be on this issue. You can't always tell what the city of Memphis is going to do. And not only the city of Memphis, but some of the rural state legislators. Because it seems that this legislation is directed mainly towards larger cities and municipalities. But in my opinion, we need to be proactive on this. I would certainly rather spend $20,000 a year to protect $500,000 to $1 million a year, depending on what our sales tax revenue is. In the city of Collegedale, theirs is between $400,000 and $600,000 a year. So That's just my 2 cents worth. Of course, I'll do everything I can, but up there, lobby against it. But it always, and I don't want to speak for any other House members, but Representative Hazelwood is in the same situation as I am. Signal Mountain, Sauter Daisy, Red Bank, et cetera. So, but I'm not putting words in her mouth. So I would rather be safe than sorry.
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned state sales tax,
Yes, sir.
right?
Mhm.
Is this going to affect our 75% of our border region state sales tax?
It should not.
Should not have any.
Should have.
Right, yeah, right. There's,
It's
at
two different
this
issues.
point, right, at this point, it's hard to see a way that it would. But again, I've had other mayors just flat tell me, look, if this goes through, we have no choice. We'll have to raise property taxes or cut services. And I mean, what, do you want to do away with garbage service or, go with a skeleton police and the fire department? I don't think so.
Mr. Mayor, can I make a motion to remove this from the table?
Yes, sir.
Make a motion to remove it from the table.
Second. We have a motion and a second to remove this from the table. Jan, if we could have roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Griffin.
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Manning.
Yes.
Councilmember Sewell.
Yes.
Mayor Lambert.
Yes.
Mayor, let me ask, when is
Yes.
the last discussion you had with Collegedale and
I
Representative?
had one today.
My understanding was one or more of these municipalities may have dropped out.
At this point, 5 have, I believe, adopted. This
So
is,
obviously, the flip side of that is to the extent any of these drop out, then the cost is going to be higher than what's set up.
Some of these one or two of the municipalities, they may not have, that much of any substantial sales tax revenue to really speak of, really. So to them, it's probably a moot point.
I think Ridgeside was in
Exactly.
that position where they, right.
Yeah, there's no commercial.
And so again,
You want to move it, and this is, like I said, I'd rather be proactive than reactive. Do you want to move this up to the 9, or can we?
I think we can. I think we could take action on it now. It's off the agenda, so we can, or off the table rather, we can.
Do we have to, when we do this, do we have to advertise this job before we do this?
It's not, it would be,
And in fact, it's going to be billed and paid through Collegedale. The contract will be between London and Collegedale, of which we would be a participant, us and have many other of these municipalities that do that.
and there are, in fairness too, Collegedale is going to be facing some issues at the state level that we won't. So, Collegedale had, I think, very good reason to be out in front on this issue.
Is this going to be a resolution or ordinance?
The resolution. And we will pay, this is voted, we will pay Collegedale quarterly for our fair share. Again, the number of participants may or not be $20,000.
You think it could be higher or less?
Yeah, if some of these municipalities don't participate, then it'll be higher. Lundy's cost is $124,000 a year. And I understood that Signal Mountain perhaps.
I think there's a possibility of that, and perhaps we can,
Walden's in for 8,000. I don't know the current status of that.
we could, and, if council desires to do that, we could approve it and cap it. Say, at this time, this is what we what we're willing to do.
I feel like before we end up eating the whole wall, all they pick to pull out, and leave us paying the whole amount. I think, like you said there, we need to count this, no more than 20,000.
Is that in the form of a motion?
Yes, sir.
Perhaps the mayor, what's the urgency, when is this stuff coming? When is it likely to get started?
You already did. But it's my understanding also that this legislation is potentially slated to come up when the General Assembly reconvenes in January. Actually, when it'll come up on the calendar, I don't know. But I think it should possibly come up, the first committee it would come up in is local government committee. I don't serve on that subcommittee, but I do serve on that full committee.
When did we ever vote? I don't remember unless y'all voted when I wasn't here. For Lundy, you said he'd already started.
No, yeah, he's started, but we haven't obligated ourselves to do anything.
Right.
Okay.
Right now, he's working for Collegedale,
And whoever else has agreed.
and, yeah, whoever else go on.
Okay, so that's the reason I was wondering on it because I didn't know we could vote on it. Something. If I have missed something, I think we
You know, and again, there are some issues here. The one that we talked most about is an issue that is related to the county, and I want to make clear, this isn't we're not mad at anybody. We're not picking a fight or anything else. We disagree. That's right. We disagree on this issue. We disagree with what the county apparently will seek. And
Well, it sounds
we
like
need to
if
protect ourselves.
someone's going to pull out, it's going to cost more than 20,000, right?
Well, by my numbers, say for a $20,000 participant like Signal Mountain pulled out, otherwise we would be 16% of that, $3,500. And I'd have to go back and recalculate. Yeah, it's going to cost, bottom line is it costs us more than $20,000 a year.
Bottom line, what? It would.
It would cost us, yeah.
If
That
they
would
pulled
make
out.
up the difference, because again, his bottom line is $124,000. It's got to come from just,
So we're paid quarterly,
yes, to college.
college debt. We decide to drop out mid-term, can we or can't we?
Not the way I read this.
Looks like we would be obligated for a
It's
year.
2 years.
Yeah.
So, but,
2 years.
No, it's a 1-year renewal.
Yeah, okay.
So if we vote to go
decided
forward, we
for
would
20,000
have to
this
go.
year, and everybody had 2 or 3 drop out during the middle of the year, not paying our quarterly funds, that we can't go up no more than 20,000 for this year.
No, because again, it looks like if not all the $20,000 municipalities going to participate, then our costs are going to be.
Well, we need to begin with this tonight until we find out what the true cost will be, or not put a cap on it, just go ahead and vote, and maybe put a cap on not spend over 28,000, something like that.
I would be,
We can vote for 1 year, and you come back next year and
Yeah,
you
we
go.
might vote next meeting.
I would be comfortable, making that number a little higher if we wanted to, or go ahead and cap it at 20, and, because we don't know exactly how things are gonna shake out, who's gonna go forward if not. And what we have been asked to do is $20,000.
Well, let me read this to you. Here's the term that talks about this renewal. The initial term of this agreement shall be for 1 year with a beginning date of October 1st, 2015, and a termination date of September 30th, 2016, and shall automatically renew for 1 additional year, after which time the municipalities may continue this agreement on such terms as may be agreed upon, except that if any party reasonably determines for any reason that the services requested or provided are no longer effective, each will have the right on 120 days written notice to the others to terminate this agreement without penalty or recourse, in which event the effective termination date of this agreement will be at the end of the 90-day period following the date of the written notice of termination. So again, we could give them 120 days notice before the expiration of the first year and not re-up in the second year.
Which, thinking about the timing, he technically, according to that contract, October the 1st, good for 1 year, notice within 120 days prior to expiration. So you're talking about we would have to give him notice by March.
That's when you're.
That's right in the middle, that's right in the middle of the heat, over there in Nashville, so,
It'll be 120 days before the end of September.
yes, yeah, which is 6 months. So that, or, no, excuse me, no, 4 months. So,
Oh, you can still session.
Look at May, at the end of May.
it would be right there around when we get out of session. You know, one thing about it is East Ridge, if one of these other municipalities pull out, the city of East Ridge is not gonna be the only one left holding the bag for the remainder, for the deficiency. It'll be spread out over the other participating municipalities. So, you know, I agree with Councilman Manning that there should be a cap put on there. And what that cap number is, I don't, something similar to possibly what Councilman Cagle mentioned, 28,000, possibly bump it up to 30, but
My motion was capping it at 20,000.
was it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If we capped it at 20, and then some of these other municipalities didn't drop out, we could always come back and revote.
Yeah.
Exactly, right. Yeah, I think so.
Well, I'm just thinking, just saving time, just go ahead and make a cap on it.
Yeah,
You won't have to come back and vote, I mean, you may not spend all that, you're just gonna spend what you got to spend.
But the problem is, if your cap's 20, and we know that
We already know.
one
somebody's back.
municipality's already dropped out, so we've got to spread, we've got to eat $20,000 among the remaining municipalities, so you know it's gonna be higher than 20. So that's
So
always
it
comes
comes
out.
out on 30. Go with that, you got to do Denny's budget first.
Was there a second?
However, I want to throw another monkey wrench into this, and we're having more discussion about $20,000 than we have about 500. But, what if some of these municipalities say, well, they read in the newspaper that, well, the city of East Ridge has already voted that they're going to bump theirs up to 30,000 if we don't participate. Well, let's just hold off, let them pay for having all this.
And they're gonna get the benefit.
And they're going to get the benefits. Just to play devil's advocate.
Maybe some of you would keep that secret.
Well, we're come back and vote again, how's that?
Well, I think we have a couple of, I think, reasonable options ahead of us. You know, we could either cap it at 20 and come back once we know definitively who's in, who's not in.
I'll second Denny's motion for 20,000 cap.
Okay. We have a motion and a second to approve the hiring of Davis Lundy, or entering into this agreement that hires Davis Lundy.
1 year.
It's an initial.
Well, right, and we need to put that on the calendar, make sure if it's only for 1 year, we don't miss the cutoff date.
Right.
Right. You gotta go to the county.
That would be up to the city manager to keep track of that time.
That's the official calendar.
All right.
We need our attorney to put on his calendar too, go ahead.
Got it.
So we have a motion and a second to approve entering into this agreement for 1 year at the requested amount of $20,000. answer questions.
We need a resolution number for this.
We will probably next time, just to memorialize it. All right, hear nothing. Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Griffin.
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Manning.
Yes.
Councilmember Stoll.
Yes.
Mayor Lambert.
Yes. All right, under new business, ordinance number 998.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, to amend the zoning regulations and the zoning map of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, to rezone the property located in the 5300 block of Roosevelt Road from RT1 Residential Townhouse District to RZ1 Zero Lot Line Residential District. Here on first reading.
Make a motion approved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. I don't know, do any of you have questions for the folks who own the property and are planning?
I have one.
Okay,
I think the last council.
gentlemen, if you wouldn't mind coming forward here. Thank you. If you could, just state your name for the record.
James Anderson, Cheryl White.
I think at the last council meeting, whoever was here representing him stated that it was going to be 20 single-family homes. Am I correct there?
Right.
Well, over here in this thing, it states 21.
One of them's a retention pond, one of the lots will be a retention pond.
Okay, well, I just read where it said 21 single-family dwellings, so it's going to be a detention pond and
Yes,
20
sir.
houses.
Weren't they supposed to bring us some drawings, this one bring us some drawings, kind of,
You got something like that?
This is just a cheap rendering because we did not want to spend a lot of money in case it was burned down, that we had to go back to the town. It's just a cottage type home that will be 1,300 to 1,500 feet.
On average, they're always about the same, they're all 1,500 square.
That is correct.
they all think it's likely they're gonna be very little different.
We will vary them, try to have 4 different facades.
My only concern, and it doesn't, I mean, like I said, don't vote for it this way, it's already down home, it's really not y'all's fault, but I think traffic's gonna be terrible after trying to get it in and out. And I think it's something that the city down the road needs to look at, trying to like, lighten that road up so far as we can, because there is a lot of traffic coming from Georgia, it's kind of through the street. We try to turn off there, especially at certain times, we try to possible.
I think currently, and correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, that with the current zoning for townhomes, you could put 29 townhomes in right now. So that's kind of the option we have. Are we okay with 29 townhomes? Or would we rather go along with what they're requesting and allow them to do 20 single-family homes?
I think we've been better off go with a 20-family home, single family.
We have a motion and a second.
So now,
Yes.
at one time, Roosevelt Street, didn't it go all the way through? And then it was shut down back there in the back? When those other apartments were built back there?
I don't really know that it went all the way through, I know the sewer didn't go all the way through.
I don't think that's the traffic condition. There, they could use that lot back there with detention pond versus.
It depended on, I believe, maybe Clemens at one time, but I believe they were farmed back there between that, where the nursing home is now, so I don't think that actually was all the way completed through.
So I believe those apartments are back there, the ones that's back there now, put on level built years ago. You couldn't go all the way through now because they couldn't build.
Mr. Mayor, if
Yes,
I
sir.
may. I'm looking through here, And I don't see any recommendation from staff. Don't see any recommendation from the zoning board. Don't see anything from the Hamilton County Regional, RPA Regional Planning Agency.
I wasn't there that night, but you had the.
Right, it was during fall break, right?
That approved it.
Yes, we did. The planning commission approved it to bring it here.
What-
Before
what-
council.
Well, I see a little single-page applicant requests here from the county RPA, but it doesn't, I don't see any recommendations here. So, but our local city of East Ridge, they approved it. What did RPA say?
That's true.
What did RPA say? They approved it as well?
RPA doesn't make a recommendation, we have our that's what we're talking.
I'm not incorrect, but I think our planning commission voted, everybody that was there voted yes for it, and we had one abstain. Am I not correct, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, we did. And in the RPA, in the RPA report, it does say the proposed use, which would be the single-family homes,
Right.
is more compatible with surrounding uses, even though they don't come out in this document and say, you know, we support this or approve this. They do say it is more compatible with the surrounding area than the existing RT1 townhouses. So, and if you're worried about traffic, which I think is a legitimate concern, the cars coming out of 20 houses should be less than coming out of 29 townhomes.
And I also heard the last meeting that you all were going to widen Roosevelt there, so
We're willing, if the homeowners on the other side is willing to do an additional foot of pavement, we will do a foot on our side.
that's between you and I.
Do we have any other comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Gravitt.
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Manning.
Yes.
Councilmember Stoll.
Yes.
Mayor Lambert.
Yes.
Thank you.
The ordinance is approved on first reading. Item B, ordinance number 999.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, ordinance number 989, entitled, an ordinance to provide revenue for the City of East Ridge, Tennessee for the fiscal year July 1st, 2015 to June 30th, 2016, appropriating the same for the payment of expenses of the municipal government by changing the revenue of the capital projects fund and designating a portion of the fund balance of the State Street Aid Fund and Capital Projects Fund by changing the expenditures of the State Street Aid Fund and Capital Projects Fund.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion to approve and a second. Thank you. Have anything? Okay.
Not unless they have questions.
Okay. All right. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Gravitt.
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Manning.
Yes.
Councilmember Stoll.
Yes.
Mayor Lambert.
Yes. Motion is approved. Item C, resolution 2522.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, authorizing the placement of no parking signs in the 3800 block of Altamira Drive.
Make a motion for it.
Second for discussion.
Have a motion and a second. Mike, did you have any additional information to share?
That's correct, Mayor. Code enforcement went out and delivered letters to the residents in that immediate area. I believe there was 11 residents that were contacted by mail, and then physically went around and knocked on doors and made contact with the majority of the residents there as well to address the parking issue. That one, we can't get emergency vehicles through that area, so it needs to be addressed. Vehicles can't park in the curved part of that road where it's kind of a horseshoe there. Both corners of the loop there, we're gonna run into our problems. So we need to address that as soon as we can.
Question I have is, seems like these come up, is this something that the council has to do, or do you think the street department, they've got to do surveys and studies and all that? Besides, this stuff has to be done. So why would it be brought up to the council? I mean, somebody could be something, they want the street department and the city manager, why should it come to us?
I see the traffic control supervisor doesn't make a recommendation.
Right, that's what I say, so, I mean, if he makes a recommendation, why should it come to council? That's what he's hired to do. To me, I mean, it's foolish to, it's between him and the city manager, it shouldn't be council making a decision about a stop sign or street sign, to me.
That may be so, but historically, it's always been done.
Well, I know that, but it's removed the chain.
And I agree with you, I don't think it should be brought before the city council.
But the flip side of that is it gives the citizens the opportunity to engage in discussion without all of a
Well, they
sudden.
can still, they can come and if they didn't like what was going on, they can listen. If, I mean, when they do a study, they're supposed to be doing a study that substantiates that it has to be done. And if it doesn't substantiate it has to be done, it won't be done. So if they say it should be done, we vote not to do it, then what? Come that way, they can say it has to be done, and we say, no, we're not going to put them up, and then what happens?
Putting the heat on us.
No, I just think, I mean, I agree with citizens.
It's just like a variance for a zoning permit or something like that. Y'all can certainly override the recommendations of the staff.
Actually, the street department has told me it would be best what we ought to do is have no parking issue. You got a driveway, you need to drive. If you don't have enough room in the driveway, you make another driveway.
Have a citywide ordinance.
That's what they say we ought, that's what they say we ought to do. Just because it's just, it's kind of a snowball thing.
So you want to put that on the schedule for next meeting?
That'd be fine.
Yep.
That will be interesting, guys.
I agree, and I agree with Larry on this, because, you know, that's all we're taking, people to go out to survey all this stuff, so I think it ought to go back to the range of the council, go back, let them make the choice. It's good as the public.
Well, I'm having an issue right now, and I drive a school bus, so it's a pretty good size piece of equipment. I've got one road that's got a lot of duplexes on it, and that, apparently they've got 5, 6 people driving it some days, so they park on the road. And I'm going to have to drive on the wrong side of the road, up the hill. So I'm at fault because I'm on the wrong side of the road to start with. If I hit somebody head on, I don't have any choice, see, push that car over the ditch. Then I'm gonna fall into it, so I won't do it.
Let me ask the city manager, say the procedure was, say the council decided they didn't need to do this or pass on that. Then all of a sudden, just one day out of the blue, these people on Altamira Drive wake up and there's a no parking sign there? Or is there any advance notice?
I mean, because like I said, they have to do a study. They have to do a study,
We was-
everybody be notified.
We would still notify those people in advance. My concern with the citywide would be, one, I would definitely want to look into it, make sure every house had a driveway. And then think about it too, if these houses have driveways, are they capable of holding more than one vehicle? Most houses have more than one vehicle, so that would be another concern.
But are these citizens ordinarily notified of the results of the study before action is taken by the council?
Let's vote.
All right, if there are no other comments or questions, we do have a motion and a second already. Roll call, please.
I take my motion back. For one simple reason, but I think all these people need to be notified before we do anything on it, and talk to them.
Well, in this particular case, these folks were notified.
That's correct.
Chief said there were about 11 residences and they were notified for this.
That's correct for this incident.
Any objections? Out of the 11?
I've not heard anything come through my office, and I don't see anyone in the audience that's showing any,
Anyone from Altamira?
anybody living off Mara.
The reason why I ask that is because of Curtisville Road, they had our being, what, no parking signs, and then they've been issued so many parking tickets, but now they have made themselves another driveway, and I told her to get a petition to the neighborhood star, she hadn't even wanted the sign down, but I haven't seen her since, so.
And I think the same thing could go here. If there was somebody that didn't get contacted by either because they were out of town during this time on vacation or whatever, but they can always have that opportunity to come in front of council and plead their case. And as you said, if they want to get up a petition to bring that before the council, then the council might reconsider. But there would have to be some stipulations in this case because, one, it is a issue where fire trucks and larger commercial vehicles cannot pass through.
So you're saying it's in a safety sensitive situation that we need to put the no parking signs up?
This definitely needs to be a priority because of the life safety issue that could come upon us trying to get a fire truck in that area.
Okay, so do we have do you want to, do you maintain, you withdrawn your motion? Who had the second? Was it Larry? Larry, Larry, would you withdraw your second, please? Or would you withdraw your second? Then he would like to withdraw his motion. So if you would withdraw your second. Okay. Do we have a motion to approve? I will make the motion to approve Resolution 2522.
I'll second.
We have a second. Do we have any other comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Griffin.
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Manning.
No.
Councilmember Stoll.
Yes.
Mayor Lambert.
Yes. The resolution is approved. Item D, Resolution 2523.
Resolution of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, authorizing the advancing of state salary supplement payments for firefighters and police officers.
Make motion approved.
Second.
Race to see who can beat it.
This is something we do every year.
It is.
All right.
All right, are there any comments? Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Griffin.
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Manning.
Yes.
Councilmember Stoll.
Yes.
Mayor Lambert.
Yes. That resolution is approved. Item E, Resolution 2524.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, awarding the bid for closed cell spray foam installation at the sanitation maintenance building.
Make a motion for it.
Second.
Discussion.
Yes, sir.
I've read both of the proposals, and contact seems to be coming in low. Are we doing the thermal barrier along with the closed seal spray, or are we just doing the closed seal spray?
No, you need to address that question.
See, I noticed here it says thermal barrier required by code.
Around that, we talked to code, you have to have that firm barrier there for protection and stuff. Now, it's pretty easy to see. They recommend, don't cover that, you want to cover with plywood, drywall, or something on the outside. On all commercial buildings, it has to be covered.
So their bid of $98.83 is in addition to $5,916.
Mm.
That's the lowest bid.
That's it.
What is the purpose of it? What's the reason it's needed?
It's just a tin building that we could work in,
It's been there 30 years old.
and it's colder in the building than it's outside. That's it, it gets colder in that building than it is outside in winter time.
I have been down when it's cold. It is real cold. Even though heat going still like 14
I
hours.
think actually they had an office in there.
If we have a garbage truck or street department, they work at, bust a hydraulic line, instead of sending off and it's down for 2 or 3 days, we'll just go ahead and change it ourselves. And it's, you know, when it's 30, 32, 20 degrees inside that building, it's hard.
How many square feet is the building?
That old transfer building station.
No, it's how many square feet, it's how tall it is.
It's how.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay, okay.
about 20-foot
Yeah,
ceiling.
yeah, okay.
And that's
I got you.
upstairs and
Door
downstairs.
there, you raise it, the heat's coming.
Yeah, yeah.
It was in the capital improvement stuff.
So it looks like the total expenditure here would be about $15,799.
15,797.32.
Okay, there you
I make a motion to,
go. Yeah, we actually already had a motion in a second.
Was the thermal barrier included
That was,
in that motion?
clarification. Yes, do you want to include that in the motion?
In the motion.
And in the second?
All right, okay.
All right. Any other comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Griffin.
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle.
yes.
Councilmember Manning.
Yes.
Councilmember Stoll.
Yes.
Mayor Lambert.
Yes. Item is approved. Item F, Resolution 2525.
Resolution of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, authorizing the city to enter into an amended field usage agreement with Chattanooga Football Club Academy, CFCA. And let me go over this, I don't have to listen to stuff again.
Yeah, thank you.
The city currently, as of May 1st, 2014, has an agreement with Chattanooga Football Club Academy for use of the fields. And obviously, the construction over there and particularly the Christmas light show has affected that use. What this does is we amend the original agreement. We prohibit them from any nighttime practices for the months of November and December of this year. We provide that they shall not be obligated to pay the monthly installments during those 2 months of $33.33. And to the extent that they need to use those fields in November, December, the daytime during the months of November, December, they're going to pay the regular rate of $100 per day for such uses. Again, it only applies to November, December of this year, and reduces their payment obligation from $3,333 to $100 per day, which is turned down the rate of cost.
That per field per day.
Yes, yes.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Question.
Okay.
In this agreement I've got here, the president of the FC Academy, has he signed off on this?
Not yet, because they had a problem. What I wanted to do is have it under one contract instead of a second type of contract amendment. So I drew it up and modified the original contract. Apparently they had some kind of problem with that. Stump indicated a while ago that he thought that, or had some assurance that they were going to sign it the next day.
Just as soon as we say that we'll do it, they'll sign the contract.
But again, I thought it was important to have it in one agreement, so you wouldn't have to chase down an amendment somewhere. And, do it one time.
Are they current paying the city rent?
Yes.
This, how much money did that come to? $6,666. Which line item out of the general fund revenue is coming out of? I noticed it's got 3 soccer revenues listed.
34,749, select soccer.
Select soccer,
Yes.
okay. So it's gonna come up $6,666. Okay. And I'd also like to ask a question while I've got that on my mind. In the revenue, y'all got 3 soccer programs, but in the expenditures, you've only got 2 soccer programs. Soccer recreation, soccer indoor. Over here, we've got an indoor soccer with a revenue of $125,000, and select soccer at $55,000. indoor soccer rink, that's what I'm trying to get at.
I'm just gonna get it.
Here you got a soccer indoor,
Yes, the recreational soccer comes out of 44,610. The indoor soccer, which is a huge program, comes out of 44,620. We have no select soccer expenses. They just give us money because they rent our field, but we don't have select. So that's why there's not an expense for select.
okay, so the indoor select over thing that I'm saying, it has nothing to do with LC.
I mean, we don't, yeah, our indoor soccer and our recreational soccer don't have anything to do with
The
select
indoor
soccer.
soccer income of 125,000, is that the LC contract we're signing now?
This is just player fees that come in for all over 2,000 people.
That we have control of?
Yes, sir.
That's what I need to know.
Any other comments or questions? We do have a motion and a second to